Hello, everyone. Today we're going to do a review of the game Winter Queen. Hi, everyone. I'm Mandi Hutchinson, and today we're going to be doing a review of the game Winter Queen. Well, I won't keep you all waiting, so let's take a look at the setup, followed by the review. Place the queendom map in the middle of the table. Place the crystal tiles between players. Depending on player count, the amount placed will be different. Put enchanted crystals in the crystal bag. Draw crystals and place per tile. Shuffle the queen's domain tiles and place one face up on each of the spaces of the map with a castle or tower. Shuffle the spellbooks, divide them into 4 equal piles, and place the spellbook tiles next to each county of the queendom. Place the victory point tokens in the common supply. The first player gets the first player token. On their turn, players choose one of the following actions. Place an available crystal on an empty space on the map, place an available crystal on an empty space of your spellbook tile, or activate one of your spellbook tiles and score victory points. Choose an available crystal and place it on an empty space of the map. Each space can only hold one crystal. After you place the crystal, and, if available, you may take the topmost spellbook tile from the same colored county. Next, make the top tile visible. Choose an available crystal and place it on an empty page of one of your spellbooks. You can activate your spellbooks with 1 or 2 crystals, but the results are different. If you only have 1 crystal, apply the effects of the spellbook page and gain the correct victory points. Discard the spellbook and the crystal you used on it. When there are 2 crystals on your spellbook, you will apply both effects in the order of your choosing. Apply each effect from your spellbook and take the victory point tokens. Discard the spellbook and crystals. Both are discarded from the game. Lastly, remove any 1 crystal from the map and return it to the bag. If you take the last crystal from a crystal holder tile, immediately gain 1 VP. Then you will draw new crystals from the bag, now this is dependent on player count, and place them on the crystal holder tile. Once the last crystal is drawn from the bag, collect crystals from all crystal holder tiles and put them on a single crystal tile. Play continues until it returns to the first player, and then you play one more round. After all spellbooks have been activated, players reveal their point tokens. Most points wins. In Gratitudes, players receive 5 tokens and place them face down. When a crystal is placed on the map, flip the Gratitude token of the same color face up. The token's effect can be used on your current turn or on a future turn. In Royal Jewelry, players receive a Royal Jewelry card. After you've activated your spellbooks, crystals are placed on this card instead of being discarded. You must start on the bottom row of the tiara in any order, but you may add crystals to the row above it if they are supported. If you cannot place a crystal on the tiara, you can place it in your treasury. At game end, score your Royal Jewelry card accordingly. Okay, so it's now time to do a little review, or discuss the game, if you will. So let's start off by saying I could definitely see the appeal of the game and why people would enjoy it. I definitely think that any type of player would enjoy the game. I definitely think families might like it, or even someone who likes a lighter or shorter length type game. The colors are beautiful. The components are really nice. I mean, who doesn't love a shiny crystal in their game? I mean, I like that. The texture of the components, as in like the quality, the thickness, was quite good. It's strong. It's not, the flimsy, it's falling apart as you play with it. So I can definitely appreciate that. And there are not a ton of components. Sometimes games will have a lot of components. That doesn't mean it's a better game. Or sometimes they have really fancy components. That also doesn't mean it's a better game. But this one does lend itself to the appeal of the game, with the gems and the quality of components. So that definitely is a strength. there are a few things going on in the game which can provide a bit of that tension, which people enjoy. Do I take this crystal at this time, putting it on the spell books to try and complete it? Am I doing it in a way that I'm actually going to benefit from that? Because remember, now people are taking crystals off the board, which can affect your scoring. So I definitely like that push and pull that you see in the game, and deciding, when to score. Do I wait until I have both crystals on the spell books to do that? Or do I just take maybe a look at the one portion and get those points while I can? So timing is really important, and paying attention to what other people are doing, because they could be taking crystals away from the board, which you in fact need to score your spell book. So that I understand, and that I can see how people would enjoy that. And additionally, the expansion also helps. I do like the abilities that you can use, using the ability of flipping it over. It does lend itself to giving you just a little extra edge in the game that could be quite useful. So overall, I'm not saying it's a bad game. It isn't. It's not a game for me. I do like abstract games. I like pretty games, but I mean also games that do have a bit of that tension. And this was fine, but I feel like I could get this in other games that I've played before. Like, I have to look at it in the fact that if I brought this into my collection, which it's a fairly large collection, not everyone has access to that, would I kick something else out to keep it? And I don't think that I would. So in that respect, I think it's a fine game, and I think a lot of people would benefit from playing it and would enjoy the way that it looks. And like I said, that push and pull tension with that decision making. And I think that's really important. And I think people will enjoy that. It just wasn't for me. There just wasn't enough of a game there for me. So I always have to be careful with that, because people want to say, oh, then you're saying it's not good. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that it is not something that I particularly would want to keep in my collection. Played a couple times, and this is a game that you have to play more than once to kind of appreciate what it's doing. But after, the fourth and fifth play, myself and my group, we didn't quite get what we needed from the game to kind of hook us in to keep it and want to continue playing and trying different strategies. But at a family level or lighter game, or someone who just wants something a bit different from what they're playing, I think they may enjoy Winter Queen. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on Winter Queen. Maybe you might want to give it a try and see what you think. Thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.